Hello, my beautiful peeps. Welcome in. My name is Yolanda Roos, and you have found my channel of facilitated light, well-being, all the things that would lift you up and put you on the right path. I am an energy reader. I do these when I'm called to. Generally, it's in the morning, but it can be at any time. I just took my shower. I do readings when I'm peaceful. When I've just I feel like a shower. I always tell people when you're feeling overstimulated, you're not sure what's going on, you don't know what to do, take a nice hot shower, rub all kinds of beautiful stinky stuff, or wash your hair. It doesn't matter if you took a shower yesterday or whatever. It's not the fact of cleaning you. It's about stimulating you, cleansing you spiritually, energetically. Your mind and your intention will help you. So maybe someone needs to hear that. But I took my shower, cleaned my hair. I have this stuff. It's called Yes Honey or Honey Yes, and it's so it smells like honey and sweetness and summertime. So I put it in my hair. It keeps it from getting frizzy. Somehow, as I've gotten older, I've acquired some curl in my hair. I used to put it in and pay for perms and everything, but I'm okay with it. I like curls. So we have just approached the new moon, and with every new moon, there is a cycle or an understanding or something you need to learn. So we're going to just tap in. Today is just going to see what is the new lesson, what are we going to be dealing with, what should we be aware of. So get yourself comfy. Like I said, I don't have any set time when I put the videos out. This is something I do to help you. If you'd like to subscribe, that's great. It grows the channel, lets you know when things are coming. Not necessary. I do this whether people subscribe or not. This is my giving back to help people. That doesn't cost anything. If you do want a video reading, or you live near me, I'm in the Adirondacks in New York State in the United States. So I know I have people from different places. I have some relatives in Norway and things like that. So if you are watching from the United States or someplace else, I do video calls, or I can send you a video link that you would only have access to. I am an energy reader. So what that means is I do not read like a fortune teller. I'm not here to make lots of money on you. When I get paid, it's only to cover my time and the knowledge and the things that I bring through. The energy that I read is about what's present in your life. So I can't fortune tell for you. Nobody knows the future. I mean, honestly, the mediums, even if they tell you, you change the outcome because what you're doing, because I just want to put this out. This must be for somebody. Tarot cards are not a magic 8-ball. They are a way to see the energy that's present in your life so you can make a good or wise decision, or you can be informed. Sometimes it's a confirmation. Sometimes it's, I don't know what's going on. My nervous system is so out of whack that I can't even understand what's happening. So when I get people, normally my clients are people that are in fight or flight, or they just kind of want to know the energy that's around them so they can be aware, or a confirmation that what they're feeling is validated. So if you want a reading from me, you want healing, okay? This is not a channel of you're going to get rich quick, or you're going to, I'm going to tell you if you're having babies and all this. I don't read the future. I read energy. I can read the cards if you're interested, whether you're going to be having a baby or something, and I can tell you, well, the energy says there's growth, there's expansion, and it could be a child, but it also could be a new project or thing you're working on. Know that when you read the tarot, it reads literal like a 4-year-old. So when I read the tarot, I try to read it and bring it into practical aspects, or the energy that could be present. So when I read and I channel, I always watch my own videos. I don't remember sometimes all the things that come through. So when I'm talking, just listen to what I'm saying. It could pertain to you. It could be something you need to consider. I read for the collective on this channel. So when I'm reading, you could be the person giving, or you could be the person receiving the energy. So take it as it resonates. And as usual, or always, there's somebody that's not going to get, this isn't their message. So if it's not resonating, generally they will resonate, because I read for this channel everybody's energy, what everybody as a whole, as a human experience is going through, or what they might need to consider. So now that I got all my stuff out and we're here, what does the collective, spirit guides, angels, most high, monad, what does the collective need to know about this new cycle of the moon? That's what we're going to start with first. What is the new cycle? You know what? I'm going to just pull out my cards. I have Moonology cards. We're going to see if there's something in the Moonology deck that they want to reveal, and then we're going to expand on that. What card do you have for the collective? Do you have any cards as to the lesson? Okay. So the first card that came out is Be Proud of Yourself. And it says first quarter moon in Taurus. And we're going into Taurus season in about 2 or 3 days. So I had to think for a second. So it's being proud and recognizing yourself. This channel is about self-growth. And when I talk to you, if you've been on, like I said, welcome in if you're new, welcome back if you've been here. We speak about you, taking care of you, healing you. Don't worry about the outside world other than knowing what's going on. Right now is a focal time of your growth. What have you accomplished? Have you done the shadow work? Are you working toward becoming a better person? Are you blaming people, or are you trying to fix you? If you expend too much energy on everything else, there's nothing left for you. You need to be the center of your focus, and not in a selfish, like, me. It's, I have to heal myself. I have to do the shadow work. I have to arrive. Because if I'm not where I'm supposed to be, I can't help anybody, or I'm destroying other people. You need to focus on grounding yourself, healing a nervous system that is over, like, active and, like, getting in the way or causing you to be fight or flight. And I think this month, from what I get from the majority of people I talk to, people following my channel, my family, my relatives, things in general, you have come a long way. And you need to be proud of yourself. And in this cycle, I think it's an awareness that you have put in work. You might not be perfect. Nobody's going to be perfect. You might not have gotten totally where you need to be. But I feel like the universe in this month is saying, you need to be proud of yourself. You're coming into a brand new cycle this year. If you are spiritual and you've watched YouTube, you know that there's an awakening that's happening. We're moving from 3D to 5D. We've kind of been in that void, and that void, which is 4D, is where all that work needed to be done so you could land on 5D. And 5D is about higher vibrational. It's about seeing things in a collective, loving, meet you where you are type of energy. We all are here together, collectively, learning, growing, expanding, and nobody's above anybody. You're human. You're a soul living in a human capsule, okay? We're all learning. We all have different circumstances. We all have different things we're going to experience. But inevitably, if you're human, we make this very clear on this channel, if you are human, you are learning, you are growing, you are expanding, and you are becoming whatever is in here. So if you are thinking badly, or you are still being grounding into this 3D and the materialism, and that you're better or you're less, or you're putting yourself down, you're hurting yourself. You're bringing yourself down into that 3D where you need to be up here into 5D. And that's acknowledging that you are a spiritual soul fractal from the Most High, living an earthly human experience. And you did not come here to just drink margaritas and hang out, or to be living a miserable life. No, you came here to grow. You are taking this human, I'm Yolanda, but I am a soul that has lived many, many lives, many experiences. I'm growing and expanding through the experience of Yolanda. And I understand that I know there's a soul inside of me that powers me, that's energetic, that's connected to God, because I am a human. But I am living a human life, but I am a soul that's connected to God. That's your connection to God. That's why everyone understands that there's an innate understanding of God, a higher being, whatever. It's because what runs you, if you're human, you are a spark of God. You are an essence of God living and like expressing through the human body. The other thing that's come up is step up and lead. This is your time to take charge of your life, helping people to grow. We're in an expansion time. This is a new moon. This is like that little edge. This is new. The new moon is that you're going to step up and lead, and Capricorn is an energy of balance, grounded, almost too grounded. They're very pessimistic because they see things very logically and logistically. They're very just so. They're very grounded, very optimistic, not super dreamers. Passion to go after what they want, but they're not like, oh, I'm up in the clouds. Like it's one of those things. Like Taurus, we're very grounded in a very steadfast, I don't want to change, but we're very grounded and in our values. We know what we believe. We're very just stuck, but we're kind of dreamers. We like the luxuries of life. We love the plants. We're like Ferdinand the Bull. We love to lay in the field and see things. So we're kind of dreamy at the same time as being grounded. We're a little dreamy because our planet that rules us is Venus. We're a planet of love. We're like the hippie children. We are very grounded and we like certain things. We like our life to be pretty, there. But I think there's a part of us that enjoys. The Taurus season is about growth. It's about love and new things starting, and that what if. I said we're imaginary people. So at this time, we need to be proud of how far we've come, but we also then need to start this new cycle of stepping up. Now that we've healed things, stepping into what we're going to do to help humanity. We feel it. If you are feeling this message, you already know what I'm talking about. It's time for us to take what we've learned, understood, healed within ourselves, and help heal and bring about the change that needs to happen in the world through us. Our actions, I've said this before, when you focus on yourself and you become healed and you're working on yourself, you are seeing the world as I'm connected to the whole. As you grow and as you release those things that have hurt you and you acknowledge that, yes, some crappy things happen to me, but I want something more. I want to be a light within the world. Once you get healed and you're at a better place, you don't have to tell people. You're going to ooze your wonderfulness all over the place because it's going to ooze out of you. It's going to radiate out of you when you come to a point where you're secure with who you are, when you know what you believe, you know what you stand on, you know what you're going to tolerate, you know what you're not going to tolerate. When you become secure within yourself, you radiate out. And when other people can't influence you or tell you who you're supposed to be or tell you how you're supposed to be, you're dangerous to the powers that be because you're not really manipulated anymore. When you can't be manipulated, you're shining because nobody can tell you. You're at that point like, no, I'm who I am and I'm not hurting nobody. Now, if you're hurting people, that might be a problem. But let's see what is coming in. What do you need to know as a collective? What is the energy that's coming in? So being overburdened. You got the Ten of Wands and you got the Page of Pentacles. So I read this deck in the upright, but this came out reversed. So be careful in this month right now when you see this. This is a timeless message, so it doesn't matter. Right now it's like the middle. I think it's the 20th of April. But it's okay. If you see this later, be careful that you're not overburdening yourself, but know that your life might require you to pick up all the wands and be responsible and be in charge because it talked about leadership. So be careful that you don't take on too much without doing the shadow work, without doing the work, without being prepared, because if you take on too much, it could become a burden. But if you are ready, if you're grounded and you're approaching things as a balanced, logical person, which sometimes we're human, we have emotional stuff, but in most cases, I think it's time for you to step up and grab the wand and grab the energy. Now, this one is your Page of Pentacles, and Page of Pentacles is an opportunity, but it kind of flopped out on the side. So I'm feeling like this one also, there's something coming in for you. There's an opportunity, there's something, but you need to be patient as it's unfolding. Okay, so I feel like first you're going to have an opportunity to do things, but be careful that you don't become impatient. This is what's coming in, and then take other things because it's not happening as quickly, and then all of a sudden it all unfolds and it almost crushes you, or it becomes too much. So know that you need to work on yourself. Maybe you're getting a new opportunity, a new job, a new experience, new college, something like that. But maybe there's a delay because you need to get everything in order before it all lands. Okay, so if you're changing some things in your life, I just got a new job opportunity, I have to go and finish up the last paperwork and stuff like that. But while I'm considering, do I stay at my job full time? Do I help them out? Do I take a leave of absence? Do I do a couple days? Instead of worrying about, I need to do it right now, maybe instead of just agreeing to something, I just step back a second, let everything unfold, see where I'm at, and take it as it comes. So maybe that's for somebody out there, but I'm saying during my experience of today, like I just got the confirmation that I got the new job that I want, but it's a seasonal job and it's a set thing, and I have a job. So do I stay with my job? Do I try to overdo it? And that's what I'm thinking. Be careful with this new opportunity that you don't overload yourself thinking out of obligation or out of lack mentality, that you don't overbook yourself, that you leave yourself open and maybe not make a decision until everything unfolds. Because this one, I feel like it's coming, but it hasn't unfolded. And if you take on too much, they become a burden and they become too much. And maybe something could fall through that would have naturally been okay. But if you take on too much, and if this is a message for you, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. You might be thinking of a summer job. You might be thinking of, you want to do something extra. Somebody asked you to be a part of camp. Somebody asked you to do X, Y, and Z, and it's above and beyond what you naturally do. Can you do it? Do you need to take a moment and make sure that, you know, yes, you're doing certain things, but is it going to be too much and wear you down so you're not where you need to be? Or you might lose that stamina because then you become overwhelmed versus trying to just lead and help and be in this new thing. Any other energy that's coming through that they need to be aware of as a collective? Thank you, Spirit Guides, Angels, Most High, for your involvement. What do they need to know that's coming in so they can be more prepared? What is the energy coming in? All right, we've got 8 of Pentacles. This is perfecting your skill, honing in, going back to school, learning something new. So maybe you have a new thing coming in or something that you want to return to and continue to master. You might be in a position that in this next month cycle, you'll be learning something new, or you'll be doing something that you have to learn. Okay, like it might require you to learn something new. All right, and then the 2 that came out with it is the Star and the King of Pentacles. And this is the very bright one. So this is the Star. This is Secret Mirror Colorful Realm. So all this being said, there is a hope that your financial or your personal security is going to be affected, or you're hoping or you're having faith that, what I'm getting is, you need to believe, you need to have hope that whatever's happening is going to be for your benefit, okay? Because this is security. This is the King of Pentacles. And I think what's happening is that, be careful that your doubt or your lack mentality doesn't make you do more than what you can handle, and that you just trust that the universe has things coming, okay? That it's all going to work out, that you don't have to do everything. Because, you know, remember, we're doing something new, we're perfecting a skill, we have a new opportunity that could become a little burdensome, or you have a lot that you could put on your plate. And what I'm feeling is that you need to be in a state of hope, magic, that things are going to unfold for you to put you in this place, and to not be impatient, to not let your fear take over, because what's coming in, I think, is very beautiful. There's some new opportunities, some new chances for you to feel more secure in your life. Maybe there's I feel like I'm seeing balance too, like what you're pouring out of your cup. She's got balance, and she's on the earth, and she's got her toes in. It gives me very much temperance. I'm trying to think of the card, sorry. It's like you can see her, she's at a place where she's balancing. You've got the little owl in the tree, like maybe knowledge, and the stars. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe it's your faith in like the 7 sisters and the Pleiades, and a higher magical, that you are looking to the stars with hopefulness. And you have, when you're hopeful and you believe and you know in the soul of you, it's going to take this uncertainty, and this new thing is going to be bringing in more hope and more beauty for your stability. I mean, if you look at it in the factor of what's happening in our lives, there's a lot of burden that we're taking on right now, because we're trying to get through the financial crunches, we're trying to get through war, we're trying to get through all these things that are presenting themselves. But I feel like you need to work on you. This is what you're in. This is what you're working on, finding balance within your life. And this is going to be the result. Hope, security, balance, or this is what you're working toward. And you need to be focusing on, instead of focusing on all the problems or what could go wrong, whatever, you should be focusing on where you want to be, because what you're thinking on is what you're manifesting and what you're bringing into you. So don't be thinking on this stuff. Think about perfecting your skill of creating balance, hope, beautiful things to unfold in your life. So I think that's what this is about this month. They want you to focus on what you want, not what you're fearing to come in. Let's get some other little cards for you. Woo, them suckers are flying around. Pause, think before you speak. Yeah, I think there's a pause of before you react, or before you agree to something out of fear and like being overstimulated. I think they're telling you, focus on yourself. Focus on clearing energy, balancing yourself, before you just jump right in and say, oh my God, I gotta do this, gotta do that. I feel like they're saying, just pause before you respond to something, to make sure you don't cause yourself more stress and strife than you need. Don't compromise your values. Yeah. Before you speak, before someone triggers you, before you agree to something, because you're doing it out of fight or flight versus more logic, like, yeah, no, I can't do that. That's going to be too much, or I don't believe in that, or that's going to compromise what I stand for. And I don't want that. I don't want to tell people to be a certain way and I do something else. Because when you pause, you don't get thrown into doing something that you aren't comfortable with, or you don't over exasperate yourself. And then you put yourself into doing things that you normally wouldn't do because you feel stuck. Okay. Any other messages for the collective? Have faith in yourself. That's a star card. Believe that you're going to get there. Have faith in you. I think that's, oh yeah, it's talking about celebrating yourself and believing in yourself. You have the power to do it. You're like, maybe you guys are down talking yourself, or thinking that you can't do it, or, oh, I'm just always going to be like this. And that's where and I think what the universe is like, you have the power in your hands. And right now, this portal of this energy that's present in our lifetime with the astrological things that are in the sky, don't doubt yourself. Have faith that you can do it, that anything that you want, it might not unfold exactly the way you see it, but you can, if you focus on the feeling the security, the environment that you want, you're going to be telling the universe, this is what I want. This is what I'm thinking about. And they're like, let's see if we can do this for her. And then they might bring it in better than you can imagine. Not just the way they'll be like, oh, she's selling herself short. Well, we know what she's feeling and she's ready for it. Let's give her this and let's add a little sprinkles on top. Have your ice cream with sprinkles and whipped cream. So guys, I think there's some things coming in, but you have to believe that you deserve it, that it's for you, that you can have it. Not like, oh, well, maybe one day. You're like, oh, I'm ready. Let it come in. Because when you're grounded and when you're dealing with your stuff and you're feeling secure, you want to pull those things in. You're like, oh, yeah, I think I could do that. Or that would be kind of cool. I can see myself. That's the word. I can see myself by the ocean in a lighthouse, taking in the view, and the power of the sea will exhilarate me. And I want to be someplace that's warm, or I want to be someplace that's cool because I don't want to melt. Seeing yourself and imagining it is what brings it into you, because that's you saying, ooh, I could see myself doing that, or ooh, I don't want to do that, or I want to be. You shouldn't think about what you don't want to do, because your universe and your mind, the way it works is whatever you focus on, good, bad, or ugly, that's what you're going to pull in. So keep that in mind when you're thinking or focusing on things. So you've got barriers. The ocean line will have walls and added material to give safety and stability to a specific area. You may need to put up some boundaries or protection to weather the storm that may blow in. Yeah, that's the other part. We need to be protective of who we are, our energy, our lives, our resources. You don't need to be so closed off that you don't see people or socialize. It's the fact that you are putting boundaries for your own safety and your own well-being, okay? And then you have sail away. When life has you going 100 miles an hour, quiet your mind and sail away. The ocean will rock you to sleep and ease your soul. Let the salty air carry you to a peaceful destination and put the wind back in your sails. Yeah. This is the manifestation. You are so distracted, I think, right now, or there's so much that has kind of unfolded or been tumultuous. You're coming out of winter. We're going into spring. We're going into this new cycle, this new energy, this new burst. It's not just like a simple, oh, we're going into spring. It's like, woo, here we are. And right now, you might need to just get away, unplug, take some time for you. It's time to take care of you. You need to be seeing how far you've come, but you also need to finish taking care of yourself. So when you go into the summer and the months ahead, you are healing yourself. You are rejuvenating yourself. We've had illness and sickness and war and stress and things and all kinds of bills going out of the crazy all over the place. We've had murders. We've had, you name it. There's been a lot. You need to put yourself back into a quiet state so you can continue to manifest and bring in what you want. Because when you're in fight or flight and all you can think about is the negative, you're just keeping yourself there. And I know it's easier said than done, but you need to try to think on what you want, not what you don't want, okay? And then the sound of the sea. This one says, take a moment to listen to the melody of the sea. This means also taking the time to smell the roses. You might need to slow down. You might need to kind of breathe and say, okay, I'm going a mile a minute and I just need to be calm. I need to pick a day that I don't have any expectations other than myself, or healing, or resting, or doing something I enjoy. You may have to try to give yourself, even if it's a couple of hours, you might not be able to. I understand. Life happens. Yeah. Been there, done that. Take some time to do something by yourself, something you enjoy, or meeting with friends and just talking and relaxing. I mean, my friends and I were like the coffee and the thrift store visit, like smelling the candles at the TJ Maxx. That's who we are. That's what makes us calm, because we're like hanging out with the girls, or even if you do it by yourself, go to TJ Maxx, smell the candles, put some lotion on, whatever you need to do something for you. That's the message. You need to get away, okay? And then it says, Crashing waves, the breeze blowing through the grass, the sound of the birds, the sound of calm. Let the sea calm your soul and ground you in the present moment. If you don't have the ocean, maybe go to the riverfront, go to the creek, go take a walk in the woods. It's being in nature, being in Mother Earth's present, of the wind blowing through, hearing the wind, noticing the flowers coming up. We have snow on the ground. I don't know why, but for some reason, Mother Nature's like, psych, I'm going to give you some snow. But it's quiet. And if you have the ability, go out into the woods, go by the water of some sort. Listen to it rambling over top of the rocks, the sound of the water, the wind blowing through the trees. It's slowing down so that you can actually take in what's happening around you. And it might ground you to kind of just, and also when you're listening, you're not focusing on those other things. You're just focusing on what's around you, looking at your trees, looking at the grass, looking at the flowers, listening. Use all the senses that you have. So we're just going to see what's getting in the way this month that they need to be aware of, and then we're going to finish up for you and get you out of here. What do they need to be aware of that could be hindering them? Okay, let's see. Let's shuffle the deck and see what pops out. Okay, so you got a bunch of different cards. So now with these, I'm going to tell you, this isn't specific in your life. These are things you should be aware of, be considering. It's not that it's actually happening or that it's going to happen or it's disaster. This is just a deck of this could be something that's present or you need to be aware of in your environment. You or somebody else is experiencing this. Cloud 9, emotional fulfillment, expectations met, ecstatic. This is, I think, what's coming in. There's some happiness and some things. There could be things unfolding for you. There could be like very bubbly, excitable energy. So right now, that's part of it. You got Cloud 9, cool things coming in. Imposter, fraud, stolen identity, faking it. This, I think, is part of that protection. There might be some people in your circle that could be not who they think you think they are. You could be possible fraud. Watch your money, watch your cash, watch your credit cards. Be careful with putting out too much information on the internet that's about you. So just be careful. Or there could be somebody, you or somebody else is not really totally being honest with who they are or their intentions. Okay. Then numbing. This says self-medicating, drinking away problems, distracting with substances. Yeah, so there might be some people out there that they're not coping with what they're doing. They're using things, either you or somebody else. So be aware, be a help. Get help if you need it. There's a lot going on in the world that could be hurting you, distracting you. And maybe this is the self-help, and believe in yourself that you can do it instead of using something. And listen, I'm not judging. I'm just saying there could be something that you're using to help numb something you're having trouble dealing with. So you're going to need to do the shadow work or help somebody. Next one is keeping it 100%. Honesty, showing true colors, transparent intentions. Yeah. There's some stuff that's going on, or you are having trouble being true to who you are. This is what I'm feeling. It's not necessarily that you're trying to be quiet. It's that something is changing within you, or there's a reality that you're coming to understand. And I think you're struggling with being able to present it. But the other thing is too, there could be some substance things that you are using that maybe you've become too comfortable with using them and you need to try to get help or pull away from it. But being honest and being true, being genuine to yourself. And then be passion. Romantic getaway, spending time together, enjoying one-on-one time. Yeah, maybe you need to do some stuff. This could be also just getting away. Remember, we just talked about it. This could just be confirmations that you need to get away. You might need some time. You guys might have been dealing with some stuff that you need to finally just reconnect with somebody, something, even yourself. I mean, just loving yourself. And siren call, sexual tactics, gaining attention, lured by temptation. Okay, so you got some stuff going on. Maybe someone's trying to lure you into something. You're trying to lure somebody. I feel like just be careful with your intentions and what you're doing, or be careful with other people's intentions and what they are doing, that they might be not totally honest, or they could have ulterior motives that are going on. So that's for this month ahead. So just take it as it resonates for you. We're going to get an angel number and let you be. 401. Revive. It's your time to shine. We're shining. See, something's coming in for you. Your angels need you to know that the light is shining on you now. It's time to take the chance, speak up for yourself, and go for that thing you've been wanting to do but haven't yet. You have a window of opportunity, and your angels are giving you the go-ahead to put some effort forth to get this done. Right now, take a power walk, sing your favorite song, or have a solo dance party. Get your energy moving immediately to take things to the next level. So there's something your angels are saying, yeah, it's time. We're backing you. We know you can do this. They said, being amped up about yourself, you can do it. You can get there. Whatever you're wanting or whatever you've been trying to do, it might be time to focus some energy on it. Maybe this cycle is about pushing into the thing that you want to do, but you didn't know how to do it, or maybe you didn't have the ambition. We're coming out of winter, so people are, getting out, moving around, doing things. So I hope this helps you, and that these insights will give you a little push in the right direction. I will see you very soon. Enjoy your day.